My name is Hippolyte Fizeau, and I had a problem with something everyone else took for granted: light. People believed it was instantaneous, that it simply appeared the moment it was created. No delay, no travel time, just there. But I couldn't accept that, because if light truly moved, then it had to take time, even if that time was incredibly small. And if it took time, then I could measure it. Not in space, not using planets or distant stars like others had tried. Here, on Earth. That was my obsession. So I built something unusual. A beam of light, focused and precise. A rotating wheel, carefully engineered with evenly spaced teeth. And a mirror placed several kilometers away. That mirror mattered, because I didn't just want to send light out, I wanted it to come back. Here's how it worked. I aimed the light through a gap between the teeth of my spinning wheel. The beam traveled across the distance, struck the mirror, and reflected straight back toward me. If the wheel wasn't moving, the light would pass through the same gap twice out and back. Simple. But I didn't keep it still. I began to spin the wheel. Slowly at first, then faster, then faster. And then, something strange happened. The returning light vanished. Gone. Blocked by a tooth that had moved into place. That was the moment I had been waiting for. Because it meant one thing: light had taken just enough time to travel to the mirror and back for the wheel to move. Light was not instantaneous. It had a speed, and I was about to measure it. The disappearance of that light wasn't a failure. It was the answer, because I knew exactly how my wheel behaved. I knew the number of teeth. I knew the spacing between them. And most importantly, I knew how fast it was rotating. So when the returning light was blocked, I understood what had happened. The light left through one gap, but by the time it came back, the wheel had rotated just enough for the next tooth to take its place. That tiny shift gave me something priceless: time. The exact time it took for light to travel to the mirror and back. Now combine that with distance. I had placed my mirror several kilometers away. I knew that measurement precisely. So now I had everything: distance, time, and the simplest equation in physics: speed equals distance divided by time. When I did the calculation, the result was astonishing. Light travels at roughly 300,000 kilometers per second. Think about that. In a single second, light could circle the Earth multiple times. And I had measured it using a rotating wheel. No advanced electronics, no digital sensors, just mechanics, precision, and patience. I had taken something that felt untouchable and turned it into a number. At the time, I didn't fully realize what I had started. I thought I was measuring speed. But I was doing something much bigger. I was proving that even light, the fastest thing we knew, was bound by limits. That idea changed everything. Because once you accept that light has a fixed speed, you start to see the universe differently. Later, scientists would take this further. They would discover that the speed of light is not just fast, it's fundamental. A cosmic speed limit. Nothing with mass can exceed it. Time itself bends around it. Space changes because of it. But all of that came later. My role was simpler. I showed that light moves, and that we can measure it. I brought it down from mystery into reality. And today, even in your modern world, that measurement still matters. Every signal, every communication, every system that relies on light or electromagnetic waves depends on understanding its speed. Even your GPS systems must account for it. All from one idea: send the light out, bring it back, measure the delay. So no, I didn't chase light across the universe. I made it come to me, and in doing so, I proved that even the fastest thing in existence can be understood.